Interior Weather and Wilderness Watchers member Sue Baldinger on Wednesday night wrote to the group, "I'm not completely positive, but I may have just heard some thunder in Prince George. Anyone else hear anything like that?"
Well, we know it wasn't thunder.
Well, I don't think it was thunder because sound doesn't travel all that far compared to light, so you would have seen the lightning.
Because we checked Environment Canada and Blitzer Tongue and the Weather Network lightning apps. Wasn't thunder. Let's talk about sound!
But, it's a reasonable place to start because there's been some convection this week down in South Okanagan, like where Louisa Perebski got this picture of a hailstorm, and as did another one of our members, Sandy Hayden Merriman. So there was some convection there that day, and, thunder snows happen. In fact,
people are hearing strange sounds. If you hear a noise in the forest and you don't know what it is, it's probably a raven.
So what was that noise you heard? Well, it could have been anything.
Just have a listen to this. So what are you hearing? Well, we don't really know. The strange sounds were heard across Terrace, BC early yesterday morning and lasted for about 10 minutes.
People are hearing strange noises.
Speculation about what caused it ranges from the aurora borealis to aliens, or it could just be a prank. But similar sounds have been recorded in other parts of BC and reported in other locations around the world.
Reports of strange noises in Terrace, BC in 2013. Multiple witnesses. And then, on May 7th, 2015, in Terrace, British Columbia, the phenomenon happened again. And that's when Captain Quinn happened to solve the problem. Captain Quinn, you can find him on YouTube, subscribe to him. Terrace, BC, 2015, watch this.
Hey, Bucky! Whoa! Do you hear that? Oh!
Is it a train?
It's loud. It sounds like whales singing.
Where?
What is that?
Oh, he's scared. It sounds like it's coming from over there.
Mexican was a bad choice. 10 pounds later. Woo!
Oh no, it's happening again! Well, maybe that ain't the explanation, but I bet you this was.
There's the sound of the source.
So what do you have here? It's a dozer scraping the ground. Reflection of sound waves off of curved surfaces leads to a more interesting phenomenon. Curved surfaces with parabolic shapes have the habit of focusing sound waves to a point. Biblical trumpet sounds emanating everywhere. Edmonton, Alberta. I mean, Jesus is going to come back to Edmonton in the dead of winter. Investigators found this culprit to be a snowplow in a big parking lot. Hey, it's often the wintertime when this happens the most because of the just the way the air is. That's because cold air is dense. And then you have some feature, a hill, and the sound waves come and then they bounce off. So all these places, so it bounces up concentrating, but the cold air stops how high it can go and it sends it back down to Earth. What they found was that the sound waves were going out and collecting down into specific locations. So people who lived in the middle weren't hearing it and people who lived outside, but just certain locations. So when they looked at all these sounds they were hearing in the different places, what they found was the sound could travel 10, 20, or 30 kilometers or more. If you were here, you wouldn't hear a thing. And if you were here, it would be as loud as hell, and 50 feet could make the difference. So this is a very strange, unusual phenomenon, but it happens. And there's a lot of loud noises that humans are making. And when many sound waves are focused together, it gets very loud. Humans are very noisy. It's one of the things that bothers me the most sometimes.
You mean I repented and went to church and it was only a truck scraping the ground? A dozer rubbing against cement?
Well, this television show went and studied both Edmonton and Terrace, and what they found was what I described before. You know, scientists have recently discovered some evidence that seems to reveal that a bull moose uses his antlers as a satellite dish to gather and focus sound. Scientists have long believed that owls are equipped with spherical spatial discs that can be maneuvered in order to gather and reflect sound towards the ears. That's the parabolic effect, reflection. So this guy here, Dr. McPherson, he was one of the people who they referred to in the end. And what does he say in this article? I actually solved the trumpets. I solved it a better part of a year ago when I finally got around to investigating. It only took me 30 to 45 minutes. So thanks for telling us so much about the science, Dr. McPherson. We really appreciate knowing all about how it works. Well, what he actually found was that sound waves do in fact can bend and focus.
Now listen to these strange booms that sound almost from another planet. It could be a sonic boom from a fighter jet breaking the sound barrier. Another possibility, a meteor. This home security camera in Bridgewater, New Jersey, actually caught the flash and then the sound of a meteor.
Huge explosion, loud enough and strong enough to knock the pictures off my walls and shatter the glass all over the place.
That may help explain some of the booms. But others remain a weird mystery.
So, Sue, we don't know what that noise was, and we don't even know if anybody outside your radius of space could have actually heard it. So sound travels weird when you're in the mountains, when you're in the forest. Be aware of the fact that sound plays tricks on you, that your ears and eyes are not the best at always telling you the truth of what's going on. In fact, in the court of science, a person's perceptions is the least reliable kind of evidence. Well, in the court of law, for some reason, people's opinion still counts. Hope that sheds some light on some things I've been thinking about for a long time. How does sound travel outside? In weird ways. Showboats.